Hi beautiful souls, let's talk about the word diet. When you hear that word, you probably think about food, calories, greens, smoothies, or cutting sugar. But today, I want to invite you into a deeper definition. Because the truth is, your diet isn't just what you eat, it's everything you consume. It's the energy you absorb through your environment, your conversations, your thoughts, and most importantly, the words that come out of your mouth. Every word you speak is feeding your reality. Every sentence, every phrase, every label you place on yourself or others is an ingredient in the energetic soup of your life. And if food shapes your body, words shape your world. This isn't just poetic talk, it's literal, scientific truth. Words are energy. They vibrate, they carry frequency, and they alter the way your body, your mind, and even your DNA respond to the world around you. And once you really understand that, once you start to realize that your words are far more powerful than even your thoughts, you'll start speaking with intention, not out of habit. You'll begin to see that the real diet is not what you put in your mouth, but what comes out of it. Abraham Hicks often says that words don't teach, vibration does. But here's the beautiful paradox: words carry vibration. Words are vibrational bridges. When you say, I am tired, you aren't just describing your state, you are reinforcing that vibration. You're summoning more tiredness. And when you say, I am energized, even if your body doesn't yet feel that way, your cells begin to align with the new instruction. Think of words like programming language. Your subconscious mind is like a supercomputer, always listening, always translating vibration into chemical signals. Every phrase becomes an energetic command, a directive that your body and your reality follow. Joe Dispenza's research has proven this again and again. In his studies, he's shown that thoughts combined with emotion create measurable changes in brain chemistry, heart coherence, and even gene expression. But what's fascinating is that spoken words amplify this process. When you give voice to a thought, when you vibrate it through sound, it becomes energy that moves through air, through your nervous system, and into the collective field. Dispenza often says, your personality creates your personal reality. And part of that personality is the language you consistently use, the story you tell about who you are and what life is. Louise Hay, one of the pioneers of mind-body healing, taught that the words you speak are like affirmations, spells you cast with every breath. Her story is a living example of how spoken language transforms the body. When she was diagnosed with cancer, Louise refused to affirm the disease. She said, I am healing. I am whole. My body knows how to restore itself. She paired those words with emotional clearing, forgiveness, and self-love. And she healed, completely. Science might call it spontaneous remission. But spiritually, we know that it's alignment. It's the power of words reprogramming the cells, shifting energy from resistance to allowance. Dolores Cannon, through her quantum hypnosis work, took this even deeper. She discovered that when people spoke about their pain or their illness, their subconscious would respond as if it were a directive. She observed that the body listens literally. Someone might say, this situation is breaking my back, and sure enough, they would develop chronic back pain. Another might say, I'm sick of this job, and they'd end up physically sick. Dolores concluded that words are not symbolic to the subconscious, they are instructions. The body doesn't distinguish between metaphor and message. It simply obeys the vibration. Wayne Dyer used to say, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. But he also spoke of the power of, I am. Those two words, I am, are the name of the divine. They are a declaration of creative authority. Whatever follows those words becomes your command to the universe. When you say, I am worthy, I am abundant, I am love, you align with the frequency of your higher self, your true being. And yet, most people walk around saying, I am broke, I am tired, I am unlucky, without realizing they are affirming those states into existence. That's the real diet we should be paying attention to. The diet of language. Science backs this up in astonishing ways. In 1994, Japanese researcher Dr. Masaru Emoto conducted a series of famous experiments on water crystals. He exposed water samples to words, music, and intentions, then froze and photographed the crystals. When water was exposed to positive words like love and gratitude, it formed intricate, beautiful, symmetrical patterns. When it was exposed to negative words like hate or fear, the crystals became distorted and chaotic. And since our bodies are roughly 70% water, what are we doing to ourselves when we constantly speak negativity? Our cells are literally listening. Every word carries vibration that either harmonizes or disorients the energetic structure of your being. There's another fascinating study from the University of Arizona in 2016, where researchers recorded people's speech for several days and analyzed their emotional tone. They discovered that individuals who used more positive, loving words had lower levels of stress hormones and higher markers of well-being. The frequency of their language was directly linked to the chemistry of their bodies. Words are not abstract. They are biochemical events. Abraham Hicks teaches that when you speak, you're activating vibration. And every activated vibration attracts more like it. So when you say, "Nothing ever works out for me," the universe simply mirrors that tone. But when you speak deliberately, when you say, "Things are always working out for me," even before you see evidence, you're setting a vibrational pre-paving. You're aligning yourself with the energy of receiving. That's why Abraham often emphasizes that you can talk yourself into alignment. You can soothe yourself with words that feel better, little by little, until your vibration shifts. It's not about lying or pretending. It's about choosing the higher frequency thought, and then giving it voice. Because when you speak it, you reinforce it, not just in your mind, but in your field. Now, let's talk about the energy of sound itself. Sound is vibration made physical. It's air molecules moving in waves. It's energy shaping matter. The human voice produces frequencies that can alter the electromagnetic field around the body. Studies from the Harmath Institute show that when people speak words of love and appreciation, their heart rhythms become coherent, smooth and synchronized, and that coherence radiates into the space around them, influencing others. So when you speak lovingly, to yourself or others, you are literally broadcasting a healing frequency. In fact, researchers at the University of Sussex found that speaking affirmations aloud, especially when paired with deep breathing, changes activity in the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for planning, self-control, and goal-directed behavior. Your words prime your brain to expect different outcomes. They are neuro-linguistic seeds. There's a story in Chicken Soup for the Soul that perfectly illustrates this. It's about a young woman who was diagnosed with a severe autoimmune condition. The doctors told her she would never live a normal life. At first, she accepted it. Her words reflected her despair. "I'm sick. I can't do this. I'll never get better." And her condition worsened. But one day, she decided she'd had enough. She started writing affirmations on sticky notes and placing them all over her room. Things like, "I am healing, my body is strong, miracles happen to me." She spoke them every morning, even when she didn't believe them. Slowly, her body began to respond. The symptoms decreased. Her energy came back. Within 2 years, she had a full recovery. When asked what made the difference, she said, "The words I chose became my medicine, and this isn't just anecdotal." In 2014, researchers at Harvard University studied the effects of positive self-affirmation on the brain. Using fMRI scans, they found that people who practiced daily affirmations showed increased activity in the brain's reward centers, the same regions activated when we experience joy, safety, or success. This neurological feedback loop reinforces confidence, resilience, and health. Your body listens. Your DNA listens. Dr. Bruce Lipton, a stem cell biologist, has shown that our beliefs and emotions directly influence gene expression. And those beliefs are largely shaped and reinforced by the language we use. Lipton's research demonstrates that the environment around the cell, which includes chemical and vibrational signals triggered by our emotions and words, determines how genes behave. In other words, you can literally talk to your cells. Think about how often you declare things without realizing their power. I'm always late. I'm not good at relationships. Money doesn't come easily to me. Each one is a seed. Each one is energy taking root in the soil of your subconscious. Now imagine replacing those words with new ones. I move with divine timing. I am open to love that flows with ease. Abundance comes to me in miraculous ways. Your energy changes instantly. You feel the vibration rise just reading those sentences, don't you? That's because your body is responding to alignment. It knows truth when it hears it. Dolores Cannon often said that words carry codes, frequencies that awaken deeper knowing. When you speak from love, you activate remembrance, the remembrance that you are a creator, not a victim of circumstance. And that's why the diet of your words matters even more than the food you eat. You can drink green juice all day, but if you constantly say, I'm stressed, I'm overwhelmed, or I'm stuck, your vibration contradicts your wellness. Your cells don't only digest food, they digest emotion, sound, and meaning. Let's go even deeper into the science. In 2019, researchers at UCLA studied the impact of spoken negativity, what they called verbal stress, on gene expression. They found that participants who frequently verbalized negative emotions had higher expression of inflammatory genes and lower activity in genes associated with antiviral responses. In other words, their immune systems weakened from the vibration of their own words. Conversely, participants who regularly spoke words of gratitude and appreciation showed lower inflammation and greater immune resilience. The spoken word literally reshapes biological pathways. That's not metaphor, that's measurable physiology. Wayne Dyer used to remind us that we are divine beings having a human experience, and that creation begins in the unseen. When you speak, you're not just describing reality, you're defining it. You're calling the unseen into form. He loved to quote the Bible verse, "In the beginning was the Word," not the thought, but the Word. Because the Word is sound, it's energy given direction. Creation itself began with vibration. So when you speak, you're engaging in the same creative act. You're declaring your universe into being. Abraham Hicks calls this segment intending. It's the practice of deliberately deciding, before you enter a new segment of your day, what vibration you intend to activate. You can speak it aloud. I intend to feel ease in this meeting. I intend to flow with inspiration today. I intend to attract joy. Each spoken intention aligns your vibration before momentum begins. And when your words and your vibration match, manifestation becomes effortless. This is why affirmations work best when they feel emotionally true, when your words are infused with genuine vibration. The energy behind the words is the real creative force. Joe Dispenza's work confirms that when you speak and feel at the same time, when your heart and your words align, your electromagnetic field expands dramatically. In his workshops, participants who repeated heart-centered affirmations like, I am whole, I am loved, and I am free, while entering a meditative state showed measurable changes in energy fields up to 3 meters around their bodies. It's not mystical, it's measurable. Your words, combined with elevated emotion, emit coherent frequency patterns that can influence matter and even synchronize with others' fields. That's the quantum level of the diet of words. There's another true story, this one from real life. A man named Morris Goodman, known as the Miracle Man, survived a plane crash in 1981 that left him paralyzed, unable to speak, and dependent on a respirator. The doctors said he would never recover. But lying in that hospital bed, Morris made a choice. He couldn't speak aloud, but he repeated words in his mind with unwavering faith. I will walk out of here. Every day, he visualized his recovery, pairing it with those words. Bit by bit, his body began to respond. Within months, he regained movement, and eventually, he walked out of the hospital, just as he declared. His doctors called it a medical mystery. But Morris called it the power of the word. What this teaches us is that words are the vibrational bridge between thought and form. They take an idea, energy, and turn it into physical resonance. If you speak in fear, you anchor fear. If you speak in love, you anchor love. And that's why choosing your words is an act of self-love. Because you are not just describing your life, you are designing it. Louise Hay once said, "Every word you speak is an affirmation. Every word is either affirming what you want or what you don't want." She encouraged people to talk to their bodies with love. Say, "Thank you, heart, for beating for me. Thank you, lungs, for breathing with ease. Thank you, legs, for carrying me forward." In one of her workshops, a woman who struggled with chronic migraines began practicing this. Instead of saying, "My head kills me," she began to say, "My head feels lighter each day." Within weeks, her migraines lessened dramatically. Words are not passive. They are potent medicine. So what does it mean to truly clean up your diet of words? It means listening to yourself, really listening, and noticing how often your language contradicts your desires. Do you say, "I can't afford that," when you want to be abundant? Do you say, "I never meet the right people," when you long for love? Your words reveal your vibration. And when you change your words, your vibration follows. Start with awareness. Then, start replacing. "I can't" becomes, "I'm learning how." "I'm tired" becomes, "I'm recharging." "I'm stressed" becomes, "I'm finding calm." It's not denial, it's alignment. Joe Dispenza reminds us that to create a new reality, you must speak from the energy of the future, not the memory of the past. You must use your words as though you are already the person you wish to be. That's what quantum creation is, collapsing the wave of potential through intentional vibration. And when you speak those words consistently, with emotion, with presence, with belief, you start attracting experiences that match them. The field rearranges itself around your vibration. So maybe it's time we all go on a new kind of diet. A diet that's not about restriction, but expansion. A diet that's not about food, but frequency. Cut out the empty calories of complaint. Cut back on the processed negativity of gossip. Eliminate the toxic additives of self-criticism. And instead, nourish yourself with words that feed your soul. Say, "I am enough." Say, "Life is always working out for me." Say, "I am the vibration of love." You'll be amazed at how your energy, your relationships, your opportunities, even your body, begin to transform. In the end, the word diet comes from the Greek word dieta, which means way of life. So your diet is not what you eat occasionally, it's what you live consistently. The words you speak every day become your way of life. So speak beauty. Speak truth. Speak power. Because your words are spells, and you are the magician. If this message resonated with you, beautiful souls, remember to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who might need a reminder of their power. Speak your life into existence. Speak love into your cells. Speak abundance into your field. Because the universe is always listening, and your words are the vibration it responds to. Until next time, keep your vibration high, your words kind, and your heart open. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next video.